Hey everybody, Eric here. We're going to go through installing the base pad for an M&P 9mm. Be full size magazines. It should be a 5 to 6 round magazine extension. I'll show you how to tear apart your mag and then install these guys right here. So let's start by tearing apart our magazine, right? This is a factory M&P mag. So we're just going to hit this little release. I use a punch. Get it started. I get my thumb. Keep in mind everything's under spring tension when it comes to magazines. So I push this release down right here and got the base to slide forward. I didn't go all the way, otherwise it was going to shoot off. Now I'm going to use my thumb to capture the underneath the base pad there so it doesn't shoot off. I'm going to pull the base pad itself off. Alright, that's loose. Now I'm going to come up with this. I'm going to pull it out. You don't need the base pad or your other piece underneath it. And we're going to get rid of this spring. I usually, for me, I take a punch. I go kind of underneath that groove that it's got there. Kind of work it out. There we go. So it's off. Again, I took my punch. I worked the spring up out of that hole. As you can see, that part's going to catch. So however you need to do it, you can also kind of turn it and it'll come out all right. So we're going to discard the spring, the base pad, and then it's like its catch piece underneath it. So we're going to install the base pad extensions. Come with the spring that was in here and your base pad. So they say that these are already torqued to factory specs. Let me get it out of here. So you don't have to tighten that set screw according to Taran Tactical. You just push this guy up when it's on, which we'll talk about, and it should hold. So since we took the follower off the old spring, we're going to install it on the new one. Pretty obvious. The thinner part goes up, the wider part goes down, and then if you look at how your mag sits, it kind of curves to the back. You're just going to make sure that your spring kind of curves to the back as it sits, and it'll follow the same kind of slant. So we're just going to work this spring into that hole up here. So if you look, it's locked into that hole now, and as you can see, I'm following this general kind of curve back that the magazine has. The magazine follower is going to go in just like it came out, right? And it sits in there. If it's sitting in there backwards or anything like that, well, you did something wrong. Start over. So this is going to slide in. This base is going to slide in from the back onto like that, okay? So you got to catch this spring and hold it down so your base can travel over. So I wouldn't point it at your face while you do this. I would just kind of push it down with my thumb is what I do. I get myself started, point it away in case I lose control of the spring. So it's started on there. You can see it's catching the lip. Kind of make sure the spring's pushed down. I worked it over. You could hear it hit in there. And then you're supposed to just push this guy down. And it's supposed to hold. And then you're set. So they say, for Taran, I believe they said to put like half the capacity of the magazine in and let it sit for a day, and then fill it full and let it sit for a day. So right around 10 or so rounds for a day, and then this should hold about 21 rounds. So then 21 rounds the next day, and let it sit. And that is how you install the base in the magazine.